Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to learn to find the remainder of polynomials when one polynomial is divided by the another polynomials in the chapter polynomial of grade 9. Before that, let us see how we have found the remainder, how we are finding remainder when any number numericals are divided by the other number. So here we have two examples, like 15 is divided by 6. When we divide 15 by 6, you can see 6 2s are 12, and when we subtract, the remainder is 3 here. In the same way, we have another example, 12 divided by 6. When 12 is divided by 6, we get remainder as 0. Why we are getting remainder here as 0? Because 12 is a multiple of 6, or we can say that 6 is a factor of 12. Do remember, then when any number is a multiple of any other number, then the remainder will be 0, or if any number is the factor of other number, then the remainder will be 0. In case of multiples and factor, the remainder is always 0. Here 15 is neither the multiple and nor 6 is a factor of 15, therefore we are getting remainder 3, not 0 here. And we have expressed this in form of 15 is equal to 6 into 2 plus 3. That means dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. This is how we do it for the numericals. Now let us see in algebra for polynomials how we are going to find the remainder by dividing. There are two methods actually. One is by long division, as this method is given here, and one more method is using remainder theorem. And let's see what is that remainder theorem is. So here is an example which we are going to use to understand how to find the remainder of a polynomial when it is divided by the another polynomial. Here we have divide p of x by g of x and find remainder. Now p of x given here is x plus 3x square minus 1 and g of x is 1 plus x. First we observe here that this is not written in standard form. Our standard form is the highest power should be first and then it should be in decreasing form. In the same way here for g of x also, standard form it is not written. So x plus 1 we have to write. First convert these into standard form here. So here it is written in standard form now. P of x is equal to 3x square plus x minus 1 and g of x is written as x plus 1. So when we start dividing, g of x is the divisor here and p of x is dividend. Let us start writing. Dividend is always written in the center, so we are writing 3x square plus x minus 1 and this is divided by x plus 1. Okay, we will be writing the quotient here in this part. There are certain steps to this. Please be careful while solving it. First we have to consider the first term of the dividend. Let us take first term of the dividend 3x square and divide this by the first term of the divisor divided by x. Okay, I am telling again, 3x square we will take the first term of the dividend and divide this by first term of the divisor. So now when we divide x and 1x from this gets cancelled and we get here quotient as 3x. Okay, we know the division of a monomial by monomial already. So 3x square divided by x gives 3x to us, and this 3x should be placed in quotient. So this 3x will be a part of quotient now. So this 3x, let us take this 3x, next step 3x and multiply by the divisor x plus 1. Multiply it, we obtain 3x into x as 3x square plus 3x into 1 is 3x, and now these two terms we have to place in the below the dividend exactly and below the like terms. So 3x square we will place below the 3x square and 3x we will place below the x. It is plus 3x, and now is the time where we have to subtract it, because when we are dividing we certainly have to subtract. So while subtracting any algebraic expressions or polynomials, what we do is we change the sign. So subtracting here this has positive sign, so this will change into minus. This has positive sign, so this also will change into minus. 3x square minus 3x square gets cancelled, it becomes 0 here. Now here x minus 3x. Now this plus sign has gone and 3x now has become minus. So x minus 3x will give the answer as minus 2x. Let us take the last term also down, minus 1. So this is what for the first term, first step. I'll repeat the step again. See, first take the first term of the dividend and divide it by first term of the divisor. That we have done here. We got 3x. 3x should be placed here in the quotient and multiply that by the divisor. We have done it here, and the same number should be placed below the like terms. And then we have to subtract this. After subtraction we will get minus 2x minus 1, but still this is not the final remainder. We can further continue and divide it further to get the remainder. Now again we have to consider the first term, minus 2x, and divide it by the first term of the divisor. Always we have to consider the first term of the divisor. X gets cancelled here. What remains is minus 2. Now this minus 2 should be placed in the quotient. Our quotient is 3x minus 2, and now this minus 2 we have to take and multiply the first term, the divisor, x plus 1. Now when we divide this, when we multiply minus 2 into x, we get minus 2x, minus 2 into 1, we get minus 2, and place it exactly below the like terms. Minus 2x below minus 2x, and minus 2 below the constant term here, minus 2. And now we will change the sign. We'll change the sign here. This becomes plus and this becomes plus here. So minus 2x plus 2x again gets cancelled. Minus 1 plus 2 gives us plus 1 as the answer. So here remainder, you can say remainder is 1 here. So this, if we write in the form of dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, we can write it as, this is dividend p of x. So p of x is equal to quotient is g of x into, divisor is g of x, quotient is q of x, plus remainder is r of x. So if you further write the values of p of x, g of x, q of x and r of x in their places. So this is one method to find the remainder. We have found there is one more method, that is called remainder theorem, that we'll be seeing how to find the remainder now. Friends, you already know to find the zero of the polynomial. So here we are going to use that method to find the remainder using remainder theorem. We are using the remainder theorem here. Okay, there are two ways to find the remainder of any polynomial when it is divided by the other polynomial. So here what we are going to do, the first step is consider the divisor. Here divisor is a linear polynomial, you can see, and we have learned to find the zero of linear polynomial. So find the zero of g of x. How to find the zero of g of x? X plus 1 is equal to 0, and now when you do transposition, send this 1 on the right side, it becomes x is equal to minus 1. And now substitute this minus 1 in the given polynomial p of x. Let us consider x is equal to minus 1 and substitute in this. P of minus 1 is equal to 3 into minus 1 square. Wherever x is, we are keeping the value as minus 1, plus of minus 1 and minus 1. Now simplifying this, 3 of minus 1 square becomes plus 1. Here plus into minus will be minus 1, and this is minus 1. Now here 3 into 1 is 3. Minus 1, minus 1. Two negative integers, when they are there, we have to add them and write the same sign. So 3 minus 2 is 1. You can see p of minus 1 is equal to 1. That is the remainder. So these are the two methods which we are using to find the remainder One is by long division as we have done earlier, and this way we have found the remainder here, and this is called the remainder theorem. Using remainder theorem we are finding the remainder. There are many more questions given in your textbook, in NCERT textbook. Please go through the exercise questions, some example questions from the book, and try to find the remainder using both the methods, by long division method and by remainder theorem. If you understood the concept, please do like the video and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any doubts, please write in the comment section, or you can contact me personally. Thank you.